So-called Christians and so-called Roman Catholics are, as usual, ganging up on someone who actually believes in the personhood of the child from fertilization, specifically Lori Van Winkle, wife of Christ Van Winkle, a North Dakota legislatrix who introduced a House bill in the North Dakota legislature that would actually criminalize murdering a person, meaning a fertilized ovum. We all began this way. So from fertilization, we used to say conception, but they started messing with that definition. From fertilization, Lori Van Winkle, and presumably her husband Christ, believe, as the Bible teaches, as Christianity believes, and is actually centered around, that personhood begins at fertilization. And let me tell you, you Judas Iscariots, so-called pro-lifers, so-called Catholics, you've been the problem all along. There have always been people willing to do abortions. There will always be, until kingdom come, because the dregs of society are always around. What changed is that the professing Christians dumped the doctrine of the incarnation, because if God was fully God and fully man from the moment of the miraculous fertilization of Mary's ovum, the Blessed Virgin Mary's ovum, then the incarnation is true. That means that human dignity and human worth is unquestionably 100% equal and imbued by God in all stages of life, beginning with fertilization. And if that conceptus dies naturally, it's just like any other natural death. That's in the realm of God. But when you do something to create that homicide, and it's not from God, who has the right to kill us at any stage and doesn't have to answer to anyone, but when people refuse to protect the most vulnerable, defenseless, and innocent among us, then we are, and as a society, we become complicit in genocide. So, this backstabbing is nothing short of following the example of Judas Iscariot. So anytime, just know, all of you who, so-called pro-lifers, who would rather protect and defend the rights of the abortionist, or of the woman killing her baby, or the other persons who are accessories to that murder, or complicit in it, as they would be in any other murder. Those of you who are fighting against that, know that you are not Christians. You must repent. You have denied the incarnation. You have sided with Talmudic values and are the enemies of God. So to all of you so-called pro-life, you're actually pro-death, emasculated, effeminated wimps who are taking it up the bunghole from Satan, you're the problem. You've been the problem all along. You've always been the problem. But we're not going to tell you to go to hell or to fuck off and die, because that would be rude.